This video has been requested by one of my students of the Passive Income Academy, and all the other students got super excited about this idea. So this is going to be a video where you create a template with me from scratch, and in this template in specific, I want to show you how you can create a progress bar for a book tracker. So if you love books like me, and you want to find a fun way that you can track your books, track your progress, how many books you're reading in the year, and things like that. So come along with me and let's start creating this template. And don't worry if you are not familiar with formulas, if you don't know how to code. I don't know how to code as well, full disclaimer here, but I found a way that it works, and I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do. So let's get started. Hello, welcome. So let's get started creating this book tracker with a progress bar. And the first thing that I like to do is to make it full width. And if you want to change the fonts, you can also do that. But let's start creating the databases. This is the first thing that I like to do whenever I'm creating any template. So because this is a book tracker, we're gonna need a database for the books, of course. So I'm going to create a table, and let's create a new one. So this is going to be book tracker. Just gonna add tutorial for this case. Delete this property. And let's start creating the properties now. So first property we are going to need here is text for the author. We can also add files and media for the book cover. We can also add a status property. And in the status property, you can also edit the status as well. So in this case, I want to add here, want to read, next to read, I also want to add a date property. So this we're gonna start typing here start and end date, and we're gonna need a number property as well for total. So this can be pages or chapters. You can also change the icon. And let's just duplicate this property because this is also a number property we're going to need here. And this is going to be currently on. So this has to be a number property because we're going to use that for the progress bar. And we also need a formula. And this will be the progress. Okay, so now we are gonna start working on the formula for the progress bar. So we want to calculate the progress that you are on the book that you are currently reading. So let's say your book has 200 pages and you are currently on the page 100. So you are halfway on the book. So how can we create a progress bar for that? So I'm gonna add the formula in the description so you can just copy and paste. But basically you're gonna need this property currently on, and you're gonna add a divider, space, and you're gonna add total, pages or chapters, and you're going to add these asterisks, divide by 100. And once you do that, exactly this formula here, super simple, press done. So you can see it's showing 0.5. And what we need to do now is to edit this property. So we are gonna go here into this number format, and you need to change this. This camera is a bit annoying, isn't it? So change this number format 2%. And you can either choose a bar or you can choose a ring. So this is up to you. And you can also change the color. So this is a progress bar done for you, super simple. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a page template. So every time that you open, you start a new book, you already have all this done for you. So this is going to be non-fiction example. So you can add your cover. So every time you open this is going to automatically open the cover and all the setups that you do right now. So you can see here, you are editing a template. You can also add I don't want to add a coffin. You can add an icon. And we are going to start creating some blocks here. So you can basically add anything you want. Okay, so I'm done with my page template already. So I just added here a few things, but you can add anything you want. And once you finish, you don't have to save anything, just go back and that's going to automatically save. And what we're gonna do now, we can hide this database title. We are gonna create a new database for the year. So you can track how many books you read this year, next year, and whenever. So we're going to create a new database, and this time it's going to be a gallery view. So let's just add a book here just for the sake of example. Let me add one of my favorite books. So this is the book. So what I like to do is I copy the link for this book so I can add as well into my database, and I like to save the image so we can go and add this image here. So you can either embed the link or you can download the image, doesn't matter. And you can also create a property here with URL, link for the book, and you can just paste this link here, something that you can add as well. And once we do that, we can open this template that we already created so we can test, and it's going to be here. So we can add a start and end date for the book, the status. So this is the default status, but we can change as we go. And now that we have this, we are gonna work on this database. The first thing we need here is a relation. So we're going to add a relation to the book tracker tutorial. So we can see here all the books that we add in this thing is going to show up here. So now we need to create a roll-up, and if you never created a roll-up before, you always need a relation database. So let's just add here roll-up, select the database, the relation, and here the name you can leave as it is. So here we can just change this roll-up name to total books. So this is going to count how many books we read. And in the year here, we can add whatever year we are on. So this is 2024, but you can add like 2025. And the list goes on. And now we are going to add a quick formula here and you're gonna add the formula. So what you need to add here is to open bracket. So you can just copy exactly what I did here. Make sure you leave a space here. This is on purpose. You can also add an emoji. Then you select, just give like some space, plus format. So this function is going to show up here. Just click on it and select total books, which is the roll-up property. So once you've done that, close brackets and add plus. Leave another space here and close. So this is the formula you're going to use here. Press done. And there was a little mistake here. I added a dot by mistake, so we can just delete this dot, press done, and this is it. So this is basically going to tell you how many books you read. And I want to turn this into a gallery view. I don't want to see the icon, and I don't want to see any image. I just want it to show like this. But again, you can customize this the way you want. Actually, I'm going to leave this medium, and I want to show the property formula. Now we can hide this one. And this is basically going to count how many books you read in the year. Alright, so before we continue this tutorial, I just want to know, are you enjoying this video so far? And would you love to get more videos like this in the channel? If you do, go in the comments right now and just comment a butterfly so I know that you love this style, these create with me videos, so I can create more videos like this in the future. So let's carry on and let's go back to the tutorial now. Okay, so now we're gonna start organizing this dashboard. Let's just create a 2-column in here, so we can see there's 2 columns, and here we're gonna do a navigation, and we are gonna do here, this is going to be our current reads. We can also do next to read, and we can also do a year. We can also make this into a gallery. Use page cover, and because the image is quite big, I like to toggle this on. So it shows up like this. You can also hide your icon if you want to. And let's customize these properties. We can add status. We can also add a progress bar. And you can also add any properties you want on this view, but for this case I'm just going to keep it very simple like this. And these are all the books that we are reading, that we have in our library. So we can actually change this to library, and let's duplicate this view and add next to read. So here, so in this case, we're gonna add a filter where the status say next to read. And next, we are going to add a new view for your favorites. So when someone say, oh, do you have a book to recommend? You can easily find your favorites. But to use that, we're gonna add a new property here. Just, this can be a checkbox. Favorites. And we can organize as favorites. So for example, if we add the Essentialism one to favorites, which is my favorite, one of my favorite books, highly recommend, is going to, well, it should show up here. So let's, oh, it's because it's saved with this filter. So we can just add a filter where favorites is checked. And then this is going to show only your favorite books. This is going to show all the books, and this is going to show only your next reads. So let's copy this view to this section here, next to read, this same view, and your library is going to be, so in the navigation bar, I also like to create a page for the databases. This is especially important if you are selling templates, because if someone deletes the master database, it basically deletes everything else. So don't worry about too much if you are just using this for yourself. But if you are selling this, make sure you have a page for all the databases. So you can basically just drag these databases into here, and you can just copy the link and add to your, oops, and you can add here. So let's create a new view for this one. This is also going to be a gallery, book cover, the image, and this is going to be current read. You can hide the database name, and here you're going to be able to see all your current reads. Okay, so now what we can do is just to add a few more things just to customize it and make it look pretty. So we can also add, first of all, we can just add all the pages. We can just duplicate this page and duplicate the page. So we need a page for yearly archive. So this is where we are going to add all your archives and everything else. And I'm pretty sure I duplicated twice, but we can also add for library, so we can keep all books in here. So let's just add the library to the top, and let's just make a copy of this database here, and we're gonna add to your library. It's a bit annoying, but we have to change the fonts and add full width for all pages. So when you have like your library full of books, this is gonna look so much prettier. And let's go back here. Oops. And let's just change this icon here for the archive. and we can add a icon here. So once we are done with this, we can customize this a little bit. So what I like to do, I like to create in Canva I like to grab a color from the template, the color code that I want to use, and you can either grab some icons or some graphics in Canva, or you can grab an image like this. You can add a frame using always the same color that you used across all your templates, so that makes it look better. And now I'm just gonna save this without background. If you have a pro account, make sure you save this without background. And now I'm going to add an image here. This image that we just created in Canva. And if you want to create, instead of 2 columns, you can also create 3 columns if you want to, for a goal. So you can keep track of your reading goals. And you can also add an image here. So you can basically customize the way that you like it. I'll leave this section with you. And if you want to change the colors of the text, you can change it here. And to make it easier, you can just press Command-Shift-H for all the other ones. This is just a shortcut to add this. And just to finish up, you can add a block equation and add this formula right here. So if you add color, you need to open brackets and add the color code that you want. So I'm just gonna grab my color code right here, which is the same color code that I've used in Canva, by the way. And then you're gonna add this formula. And this is done. So you can even make this thinner or you can make it thicker. This is up to you. I'm just gonna leave this in 4. And you can add this whenever you want to, if you want to as well. So it's completely up to you. And if you want to use like that, you can just literally duplicate it and add wherever you want to. And I think this is looking a bit too thick. Maybe I think I will change to 2. And this one as well. And this is it. It's done.